better. Alright, everybody. So good afternoon. Good afternoon. Today we're not going to be doing very much, but what I want to accomplish is I want to review the Gemini and I song. Okay? Just 1 second. Alright. Okay. So now, everybody. We did this song before, okay? I want you to focus on the little details, okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to run through it with you once, and if there's anything that needs fixing, then we'll adjust it. So, let's see here. Let me move this way here so that there's room. Now, let's see here. So, so just hear it once. Remember all the things that I taught, okay? I don't want to have to go over them again. They're on break. They're on break. This is the halfway point of the song, remember. Like my inner child, didn't change my mind. A long, tall sound. Is this coming back to everybody? Okay. With my playfulness and eternal youthful vivacious Gemini am I, social butterfly. Perfect. Alright, so, oh gosh. Okay, now is that clicking? So is that a good review? So, now that you've heard that song, do you remember it? Do you remember all the little details? Okay. Amazing. And I'm really, really glad that you are very, very attentive and you're very, you put a lot of effort, and also practice into, the songs and, whatever we learn, and also, the dances for Abby. So I'm really, really glad about that, because, I find it annoying to have to repeat myself. I don't want to do it unless I love what I'm saying. I just don't want to have to go through over and over and over again. It's just, it dwells. It exhausts me. So, that was amazing. Now, I want you to try to sing through the full song. Okay, so sing through that full song, please. Okay, what I want you to do is, do you think that we can do this song a cappella yet? No. Okay. So, how about you sing it with the recording on words? Okay. Now, that was very, very good. I did notice a couple of things on all the stanzas that I just want to quickly nip in the bud. Quick. Okay, so for the first stanza, obviously there's not a problem with melody because the song guides you along, so that was good. I did notice that you were singing it a little bit flat. You were just singing it normal. I want unique. So you weren't putting that sigh and that that jazzy vibrato at the end of the verse, at the end of the notes, and I want it to sound a little bit smoother. And also, you didn't remember, at the end of the notes where, it starts at the note and then it goes do 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 or do do do. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that you forgot. And then also on the so very versatile. It's not so very versatile. It's, again, up notes. So up notes and then back to that note. So very versatile. That's how it should be. And then anything but Joe. But that's what you did. So, let's hear that anything but Joe. Let's hear the anything but Joe. Oh my gosh. Okay, excuse me. Okay, now, you have a problem. Remember on the dance months where you were teaching. You were teaching class. You were choreographing dances. Whatever. I still said it. But, so you were doing that, and you were in the middle of teaching students, and then someone came in and interrupted you. Because I was just in the middle of learning a song and nipping things in the bud when you came in. Now, I don't normally say that to people because I welcome them in, but kind of came in with a little bit of an elegance and a little bit of an angle. And you drove me a little bit crazy, and you angered me, and hurt me, and hurt my students and Minton before in the ways that you know how. So I think that a couple of lessons that need to be learned is empathy and respect and not being critical. And answer me this. Now, do you see the big picture a lot of the times? Are you more a big picture person or a little detail person? Okay, good. So it's a balanced playing field. Okay. I made it abundantly clear. Well, you know what? It's my Minton. It's my roof. It's my house. It's my building. So, if I was at your studio, then maybe I would compromise a little bit. You need to learn to compromise. Compromise. Meaning, you have one side, another person has another side. Go the in-between. And take the high road. Because well, I've told you before, you judge them by the place that they get instead of the actual dance, and get to the negative details before congratulating them and giving them confidence at first. And also, kind of be careful what you criticize, because it's expensive, and what if it's not too important? Details are important. I'm not saying that they're not, but you kind of don't get too into the details. That's part of the issue. Another part of the issue is the temper and the impulsive talking down to, being tough and mean on, criticizing, intimidating, and scaling, and being a force to be reckoned with. Ease down a little bit. Way down what's most important, what's not important. And theory. Treat them all equally. I guess I made up a word of it, but it's still sitting out the same message. So, what have you come to talk to me about? And also, treating the moms and blaming them for blaming the child for the mom's actions. That's not right. That's not reasonable, and that's not kind. And you know it. I don't know what gets into you when you start teaching. All of a sudden, a switch goes off because you're one way, so professional, so kind, so reasonable. Then, when you teach my Minton students, who you're wasting the time and the learning of them right now, you're wasting my time. You're teaching them. Well, I will if it impacts my Minton, my students, and if I'm trying to do it to make you a better person. Well, as I said again, you always say that it's your studio. I guess now it's my Minton. But really, that's not reasonable. And that's you again being self-centered, not being empathetic, I don't speak lies about somebody. I'm saying what is true. That's not in my belief system, because that is not right. That is not kind to say things about people that are not true. What I'm telling you is what you've heard before, and it is true, and it amazes me that it hasn't got through your mind yet. I don't want to stand here and have to feel like I have to save my breath talking to a brick wall. You need to listen, and you need to consider and understand and empathize, and maybe own up for your actions and your words given unto them. So, what if you came to talk to me about? I think that you went a little bit too far. You definitely crossed the line. Because, there you go again. Insulting. And quit. Yes, you do. You're just refusing to own up to that. And look yourself in the mirror. Apparently, self-blame is an impossible thing with you. Don't you ever have regrets when you in your studio and you're talking and treating students disrespectfully and you're hurting them? Do you ever feel those? That's amazing. That's amazing. You need to go to someone and get you sorted out. Because I don't know what your deal is. I don't know what your deal is. And I can cancel all the plans that I made for your concert, of which we're honoring, of which you are taking all of that on, all of that excitement and pleasure, all of my interests, and you're throwing them out the door. You're blowing an opportunity. I can stop all my plans and we can cancel the concert. And a Minton guest comes and act the positive good way, the way that led me to bring them in here, led me through how I'm interested in them. A positive, right-minded, respectful way. And the way, maybe even the clothes that they wore that made me interested in them. If you want to push it, then I'll be watching you like a hawk, and I'll be critical over your every move and your every word. If you make them feel like they're walking on eggshells and being intense, then I might as well do the same to you. No. You don't have control over the cameras. You do not have control over the security guards that sit in that tech room watching the computer. And they will need to. They are watching you to make sure that you do not hurt, you do not insult, you're not critical, and you're not treating them wrongly. And if you can prove to me that you're going to turn around, well, there you go again. I know. And you're making that excuse because you are making a silly excuse, failing to compromise and change your personality, which is not what I'm asking you to do. You can be nicer and kinder and more empathetic and less critical and all of the other things that I said, keeping your personality. But you need to guide yourself. You need to be conscious of before the volcano erupts. You need to stop it before you explode, and there's a whole rage that goes on. Think of what you say before you say it. And think about the other person, who's just so self-centered, self-centered, and it's not going to get you very far in life. No, you do not need to bring it back in my face. You don't not need to backshot me like that. I tell someone, and if it's negative, you do not need to bring it back against me. That, what you said and the tone and the attitude right there, it is just, it's not going to be tolerated here. That's rude. That's disrespectful. And that's insulting. And at times, at your worst, you can be those things. There's something about you that just got in a very, very successful playing field and up there, and you're having a lot of shows, very famous dance teacher in the country. And I've seen you teach just regular students several times. For me to actually see, because I believe don't judge a book by a cover, give it time. I've given you time. And it looks exactly like I saw it in the show, which is a negative. And that hurts me, that scares me, that disappoints and angers me. So you have a couple more chances to prove that you can be a better and more mature, wise, and right-minded person. And if you fail those opportunities, out the door. Out the door. Okay, you're really on thin ice right now. You do not need, okay, there you go again. Those cloning machines may be immoral. They may be just wrong and disrespectful or whatever to certain individuals. But they're hidden in a secret space where, especially how you're talking to me right now and how you're acting, you're not going to get any fall getting to it. I will not be spoken to and treated this way, and as an Amenton guest, you will not hurt and humiliate and disrespect my reputation, my Amenton. Well, I think that's very true. You've said it before, and I'll say it to you now, because you did the same to me. We take the trash out frequently. We do it when we need to do it. We're pretty consistent and grounded about it, and when we find something that has no use here, that doesn't need to be there, that just is a just disgraceful and I'm trying to think of the word, and disappointing, and wronged and in the way and a nuisance. That's the word I was looking for. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Anyone who acts in the stubborn, self-centered, and unfair, disrespectful, unempathetic ways that you'll act in gets thrown out. And you decided to come from. You wanted to come from. So, you do not have the decency to act right and treat me and my students with respect. I do not need to hear it. I do not need to hear it. I do not need you criticizing me. I don't need you pestering me and irritating me, annoying me about my methods, my technology, my cloning machines, my hypnotizing machines, everything. Alright, that's completely it. That's completely it. No one will hurt my mitten like that. Out the door. You're done. Out the door. Unless you can learn to be nice and right and shape up and be better, then you're not going to be in this room embarrassing and wasting the time and not treating my students with respect. I'll have to think about if I want to go the extra mile and put it in the room. She's getting to where she deserves it. Okay, everybody, so let me just go through this song real quickly. So with a restlessness, kind of that way, and then no time to waste. You know, remember, start on the note, go up, and then back on the note. Forget, you know, and then in my haste, you did amazing with that. You actually nailed that line, and the one thing that I did notice is that rhythm on So Very Versatile. So very versatile. Remember that, okay? But otherwise, it was just fine. You're really picking up. On this Gemini night, remember, Gemini, Amai. Okay, and then remember, Gemini. So that's for you, forgot as well. And then I can touch the sky. Okay. Let's see. Tall sound unknown, but otherwise it was fine. Remember, a desire to learn. And then I think that everything else was right on the money. Okay.